The next map I'm going to show is of countries of the Nile in Africa. The time period was 1963, so that's a much older map. And here we see, instead of it being called Egypt and Syria, they're actually a United Arab Republic that was one country. What else? There's a neutral zone just south of Kuwait. Maybe another one over between Iraq and Saudi Arabia. There's not even any borders, which many maps have this, between Yemen and Oman and Saudi Arabia. They just, in the desert, they don't really hardly talk about it, who's where and what the lines are. The Republic of the Congo, which was turned into Zaire and went back to being Republic of Congo more recently. So, Central African Republic. A lot of these countries are still there. Sudan has a lot of things have happened since then, but the lines look the same. This map is northwestern Africa. We've got 1966 is the year, also from National Geographic. And we got Morocco, a Spanish Sahara, which I don't think you'd find it named that nowadays. We've got a lot of the other countries are still kind of the same. Ghana, Togo, what's that called? Dahomey? I don't think that's what we call it today. Right in between Niger and Togo and Ghana. There's Upper Volta. I don't believe that's what we call it. Mali is still there. Niger is still there. Ivory Coast is still there. Guinea? Portuguese Guinea? Don't think they call it that anymore. Sierra Leone? Now I want to see the more modern African map again. This map is sponsored by Homelight. Also, Rand McNally made it, and so there's a lot about trees because they're, I guess, talking about the trees of the world, or at least the tree. These are all seem to be American species of trees. That's a redwood, white cedar, black willow. Most of these are in eastern U.S., but redwood is not. But it's got. Does it have a time frame? I'm not seeing what year it was made, so try to see if we can figure that out based on the lines. Got British Guiana, French Guiana. I think one of those is called Suriname now, but that's might be. It's actually called Suriname, the middle one. Here we've got Togo and Dahomey, so this could be similar to the same time period as the last map. What else has changed? Pakistan is in control of this territory that's now Bangladesh. Okay, we got Muscat and Oman. Now it's just called Oman. And South Arabia is a British protectorate, which nowadays that's part of Yemen. What else? There's United States. Alaska hasn't changed. There's Korea is one country in this map. So I really want to find out what year this is. If you see it on a video and I don't find it, tell us in the comments. Also, really like it if you tell us what your favorite map of all of these is. We got a little bit of a last on Antarctica. Anyway, I'm going to pause the video and try to search for the year of this map. So I did not find any age information about this map. So we're going to go based on Korea. It was called One United Korea before the Korean War. So this is pre-1953. It's got Soviet Union. It's definitely post-World War II. because we've got all the, but Germany is not divided. So this is really a little bit confusing. I don't know when this time period really actually occurred. Maybe this map is a more modern print intended to give you the feel that it's from a time far long ago, far away. But before, or we have Ceylon as no, it's more recently it would be called Sri Lanka. It's got to be post World War II. I'm not used to seeing Germany as a united country in the 50s. So I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you know what age this map is. Then I'll pause and get another map out before you get bored from this. This one's from 1989, also by the National Geographic. And it's of the Arctic Ocean. So we've got Siberia over here, Europe over there, Iceland, Greenland, Canada. We've got some islands up here, and those islands shows how there's a Canada basin, a polar basin, Nansen Basin, Barents Sea, Norwegian Sea. A lot of these places are covered with ice the whole time, all year round. Maybe every once in a while I can get a little up to Europe, get in here somewhere. I don't know how much sea travel they do. I guess nuclear submarines can go underneath the ice and go wherever they want in this ocean. But then we've got Principal Hawaiian Islands, and this one also doesn't seem to. Where's the map on? Up here it says Hawaii, and that's July 1960. That might be one of the oldest prints of all of these. Although the map a few minutes ago about the whole world, I don't know where that comes from. This is like a big long map of a lot of different islands, and then we got a blow up of the Big Island and Maui and Molokai, Lanai, Kahulabi. Tell me if I pronounced that well in the comments. Kauai. I have no idea how to pronounce that. And Oahu is not even in the chain. Okay, I don't know where Oahu goes. Is that the main island? No. Alright, I'm super confused about the whole where Oahu is. But yeah, so that's a bunch of old maps. I'm almost halfway through the pile. This map is from October 1979. It's medieval England, so they're trying to render how they feel it was in England in medieval times. So you got some historic references, some talking about maybe churches or monasteries, or there's a land of villages, talks about the villages, and over here, England in the 8th century, they talk about the Vikings. Over here, we've got the Atlantic Ocean with a lot of the deep water. You got the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, got Europe on one side, Americas on the other, and we'll try to find. This map is from 1964, suburban Washington, D.C. We've got, probably not a lot has changed over the last 2 years, but it's a very old map, so I thought it might be interesting. Andrews Air Force Base is still there, I believe. A lot of these parks, Anacostia River Park, Rock Creek Park. I've been to Rock Creek Park. There's the Arlington National Cemetery, and Now the other map I have out right now is Gulf of Mexico. This is one of the newest maps I got in this collection, I believe. And does it have a time frame on this? It's talking about the Deepwater Horizon disaster and all the oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. Tiber Well is the world's deepest offshore well. They've got some art over here talking about how deep it is. 35,000 feet of depth. So that's kind of amazing. And still trying to find a year, but most of these National Geographic maps printed August 2010. So most of these maps are very good about showing the age, and that did show it eventually. There's some oil output here in Mexico too, between the Yucatan Peninsula and Veracruz. This map is Scandinavia. It's from 1963. We've got Iceland. We've got Norway. Sweden, which starts way down here. It's a huge difference of latitude on some of these countries. Finland, there's a little bit of Russia, there's Leningrad up here. There's Estonia SSR, this was during the Soviet Union time period. Latvian SSR, White Russian SSR, Lithuania, White Russia would now be Belarus, and Kaliningrad Oblast, that's still controlled by Russia. And we got Poland in just a little bit at the bottom. Got Denmark. We got a little bit of Germany. So, and this island here in the middle. Don't even know how to pronounce that. Venama. Don't tell me in the comments how bad my pronunciation was. I'm sure it was terrible. Alright, this map is called Top of the World. It's from 1965 by National Geographic. And so we got like Arctic Ocean up here. I'm actually going to focus on Germany here because at this time there was a German federal republic and an eastern zone that were controlled by two different. The eastern zone was controlled by Russia, and the western zone would have been more controlled by Allies in the 60s. Maybe it was already freed. I don't fully understand. I was really hoping to find maps that helped me understand what was going on in Germany at this right after the war. I haven't found any of those yet, so I searched through the whole stack. There's like 20 more maps, so post in the comments if you want me to do another video of more maps that I didn't get to in this section of videos. Then we got one about France. This is from July 1989. There's English Channel. Wonder if the French call it the English Channel. And France. You got southern France goes into the Mediterranean Sea. Italy, Switzerland, Andorra, a little tiny microstate in the Pyrenees Mountains. And I got more maps, so this is going to be part 2 of this video, and I've got a couple more maps I'm hoping to find later in the day that I can't get to right now. So there'll be a part 3 up as well. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.